And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes Live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell. It helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below, also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Hopefully the stream does not fall tonight. Oh, I should probably, hold on. I should probably set my mic up here a little closer to me. Hopefully the stream does not fall tonight. It did last week at the very end with the unboxing and the trivia. I've cleared out even more cleanup. I do have some extra like RAM ordered. It's not here yet. Let's see if the measures taken make any difference tonight. If the stream does drop, don't go anywhere, because I will end this one and I will pick it up with a part 2 as I've been doing. So it will get finished if that happens. Let's hope it doesn't, though. I'm really trying to work it out. But the only way to kind of test the measures that are being taken is to do a live and see if it works or not. So fingers crossed, we will see. Let me see who we have here so far. Let's see. Hey, no, Dragonfly, happy to see you. Hey, perhaps, Manitoba. If you're driving, be careful. Hey, Master Fire Francis, Big M, Marcus. Hey, Gabriel. Hey, Blue. Added a couple gems to the collection this week. Nice. As we go down, hey, Ash. And hey, Tony. Okay, so I'm going to, without any further ado, kind of dive right in, and we'll begin probably with Megacon and what we know so far and what should be coming tomorrow. Boom. And here we have Megacon up and coming. Big Bad is trying to change my charge me duties now. Never paid duties on these. I stopped ordering from Big Bad years and years and years ago. I've never not had duties from Big Bad. I've always had duties. So I stopped using them, honestly. Hey, Sovereign. Hey, Celestial. But, you know, I mean, it's too bad that you're getting charged duties. But hopefully, what? I never paid duties, but for some reason, I'm getting overcharged for Ramjet a second time. Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's the way of the world at the moment. It's not right, though. I hope that that doesn't happen to you too much. So we know that Megacon kicked off today. Day one is today. We do have some images. I'm not going through all of these because there's literally nothing new. Like, this is long haul. I think that trailer on that truck looks awful. I get that it's just me, and a lot of people will disagree, and that's fair. It's just, I don't like the trailer on it personally. Other than that, it's a fine looking truck, I guess. Hook looks very hooky, you know, like they're fine. They look small here to me, and I don't know if they actually are because I haven't paid that much attention to it. I do like the articulation. I'll give credit where credit is due there. I do think that that's a thing. For me, and I've said this before, I don't think that I'm paying 3 times the price, because that's what these would end up being for me. Like Scrapper, you know, he has elbows this time, which is nice, but he's so much smaller than the other one. So much smaller. There's Bone Crusher. I mean, he looks all right. I really like the thigh swivel on Bone Crusher because it's so seamless. I don't really like the arms that much. I do find them to be not great. And why is it here with the tractor that we have the little, I guess, roof canopy, but like there's nowhere for anyone to sit to drive? Like, you can't even fake that there's a seat there. It seems unfinished to me. Maybe it's just me, but like that whole area where you would think there's like I don't know what you call it, a cockpit, I suppose. Like there's a little roof, but like that's it. I don't know. It strikes me weird. That's all. It's not bad. It just strikes me odd. That's all. Great head sculpt. I'll give credit where credit is due there. As we move down, there's Devastator in all of his glory. I do feel like he looks a little wide for his height, but you know what? Like it's definitely not bad. Like I do like the detail. I respect that. I don't know. I mean, it's a grayscale. Like I do like that head sculpt and whatnot. I think that looks pretty great, honestly. As we go down here a little bit, we come across, for example, Shockwave. We can see Ironhide. We can see Sentinel. Right. I don't want to go through all these because you guys can go on the news sites, be it whatever your choice is, and you can see it kind of just as well. I do think that this is a big version of the plane. I get that they got the whole skeleton, I guess, as the back of the plane. I think that this is about as clean as they were going to be able to pull it off. That being said, let's not forget that. See if I can show it here, maybe. No, not there. Pardon me. I thought I was going to be able to show it. I saw a picture earlier and it showed like the underside of the plane. And of course, maybe it's this one. No, not really. But the underside of the plane is obviously a whole bunch of silver bolt hanging out, no doubt about it. I'm not in for this. I don't really like this style of combining, if you can call it that. It's just not for me. If it is for you, then cool. I hope you're happy with it. Then we have this big boy. Of course, this is Star Convoy or Star Optimus Prime, if you prefer. I think that this is fairly true to the original, quite accurate, even with the shins on the top of the truck there. The big old cab. This is the way he should be, as odd as it looks. Weird space transport truck thing, but it looks like the alt mode, man. It really, really, really does. Trypticon there. I will say this. When we get down to Solus, I like that her shoulder pads are on her shoulders, so they will move with her arm. I do have concerns about what the T-posing will be like with her, with all of that shoulder kibble. Time will tell. I'm also a fan of the bright green eyes. She's not Autobot. She's not Decepticon. The bright green eyes are nice. I am concerned about this front kind of hip skirt, I suppose. It's one big, solid, chunky piece. I don't know if it's going to hinder articulation, but I do find it to be a little bit of a, I don't know. I feel like it's going to get in the way. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's going to get in the way. I do love Primus. I think Primus looks great. He looks very Primus-y. I get that the head sculpt is indeed G1, and the coloration is definitely more, say, aligned continuity. I would personally really dig this with an aligned continuity head, but that's just me. To each their own. I don't at all hate this. I like this. Trypticon looking very Trypticon-y. This is an excellent iteration of Trypticon. I'm not even going to lie about it. I think that it looks really good. I do think the fuchsia purple is better than what seemed like the pink before. It's not as dark as the deep purple of Titan's Return, but it's not as bright and outlandish as what it seemed in the videos that we saw before. At least I don't think so. Maybe you still think it looks too pinky. I don't know. But I do like the dark gunmetal gray, almost black. I think that that's very, very nice. And I do like on the back that the light gray continues down his spikes on the back instead of going with the green. Again, I don't need to update mine. I'm happy with my Titan's Return. But if you feel a need to update yours, or you missed him the first time around, get this. I still think that even with a slight price increase, I still think he's worth it. I really do. And Full Tilt is fun. And I guess if you like Titan Masters, Necro is okay too. Going on down, again, I'm not going through all of these images. Q still looks awful. Bless his heart. Jazz looks like Jazz. I mean, he looks exactly like Jazz. The B from, or B127 from Transformers 1, I think he looks all right too. The Optimus looks better here than I've seen some pictures of him look. I think that having him pose like that helps his cause. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if this is good. I'm assuming that this is good for Red Alert. Somebody else will be able to tell me if this is good for Red Alert, because I honestly don't know. It's not It's not my guy. I feel like it is. From what I remember, from what I recall, I feel like that this is a pretty darn good Red Alert. As a Voyager, I think it makes sense. Wasp, I think looks really good. I like the way they did his head and his face. Very animated. This will be my first experience with the Bumblebee mold when I get it. Didn't want Bumblebee, want Wasp. So that'll be interesting to see how that transformation and whatnot works out. And again, some more here of Star Convoy now in robot mode. Again, not a deep knee bend, and I have yet to see him with a deep knee bend. I'd be a lot more comfortable if we saw more of that. I'm glad that we're seeing some more of Slingshot, who I think looks really good. And not for nothing, so does Air Raid. A nice close-up, great head sculpt on both of these guys. Really, really, really nice head sculpts. Again, I'm happy with the Combiner Wars, but if you want this or you feel a need to upgrade or whatever, then, I mean, go for it. You know, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. I do think 10 years on, I understand the appeal of doing these characters again. This big boy, love Megatronus. Think this turned out really, really nice. I can't wait to get this guy in hand. I hope he feels as beefy as he looks. And that's kind of it, really, for those images there. Let's check in with you guys and see what you think of kind of day one, so to speak, of what we've seen for the Megacon reveal so far. While I'm kind of getting myself set up here a little bit, I will mention that, remember, tomorrow, February 7th, is when we will be finding out what the next Haslab project will be. We did a countdown, not Monday past, where we kind of guessed what the possibilities could be. So you could check that out in anticipation of it to see what the fandom kind of thought it could be. And I guess tomorrow we'll find out if it even made it on the list. Little Birdie told me that the next Haslab did in fact appear on the list, but wouldn't tell me which one it was. So it'll be interesting to see if that's true or not, because I don't know if it's true. But time will tell tomorrow. Let's see. Let me just, I'm just trying to scroll here and see. Where am I here? Bear with me here a second, guys. How far up do I have to go here? About here. I'm going to say about here. Let's start going from about here. I'm definitely going to skip some stuff here, guys. Never use Big Bad Toy Store. Oh, no, don't go CMD store. You know that guy's a scumbag, right? That's built that whole business by scamming Amazon and Walmart exclusives, right? No. If you want to go, if you're Canadian, you want to go Canadian, you go TF Toys, you go ages 3 and up, or you go Toy Snowman. Don't go to that scumbag, honestly. I'm asking you, please, as a good Canadian, don't go to that scumbag. What are duties? Duties are customs. Customs are duties. I am Megacon, leader of the Decepticons. Import duties outside the GTA. That looks nice. Jinbao 2.0 it is for me. That's fair. And I know a lot of people like the Jinbao, but I find him to be way too big. Isn't he more like MP scaled? I could be wrong, but like I always thought he was more MP scale. Looks great. Don't get me wrong. Why do they have to be this small? Screw the scale chart. Just make them big enough to justify the price. Well, Master Fire, you're saying that, but I've argued for that since 2019, and everybody yelled at me for it and said, what we're getting is the best. Even though I said, no, you're getting less is what you're getting. I can't say screw the scale chart, though. I want them to be the right scale. I have Combiner Wars Devi, but I've never liked that he's oversized. I like the scale of this. I have the Jinbao, but haven't got the 2.0 add-on yet. I hated Combiner Wars Devi due to the tiny right arm. And I I mean, to each their own. It's just I still don't think that there's any Devastator out there that looks more Devastator than Combiner Wars. I feel like he looks right, and I've always felt that way. I don't even find the Takara one looks better. I find the Takara one to me looks less right, but that's to each their own. Just got a job. Yeah, welcome to big boy world, buddy. Home Depot. That's a good job. Home Depot's a good place. Not totally convinced on Devi. It looks okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not in for it, right? G1 only for you. That's fair. I mean, everybody got their era. I saw Legacy United Armada Galvatron today. Ain't for me. I have no interest in it, but to each their own. I saw Car Robots Brave Maximus at a collector's store. Wow, that's pretty cool. I can only imagine what he cost. Scramble City works better. This isn't even combining, and that's the way I am. I'm debating on this Superion. I'm probably going to get him because he's mainline G1 continuity. Same with the Devastator, but I still want a Fans Toys or a Zeta. That's fair. I've heard the Zeta's really good. I don't really like Fans Toys. I only handled one of their products, and it was broken at a package. It was Phoenix, and I hated everything about it. I'm good with CW. Yeah, to each their own. Solus looks clean. Yes, Solus does look clean. Looking forward to finally having all the primes. Me too. I have versions of them, but doing it officially just feels right. As we go down here, I'm waiting for the Fallen. I don't like G1 Primus head. Neither do I. I like the Align continuity head better. No, I'm okay with my Titans Return Triptychon. Me too. But I think it's a great Triptychon. The new one, by the way, is going Canadian. The cheapest I've seen is $272, which isn't bad considering the original was $229 at regular price. Jazz looks jazzy. I agree. It's not $300. I haven't seen him for $300 plus tax anywhere. Jazz is all right. I mean, he's fine. I have the Jazz, so I guess I like it. I reviewed it already, so you can check it out and see what I thought there. What series are these new guys from? Age of the Primes. That's the new series that they're coming out in. I've been waiting for a Wasp figure since I was a kid, as have many. I already have the SS86 Jazz, so do I. I don't know anything about Armada Red Alert. Neither do I. He looks good. I agree. Happy to finally see someone not dunking on Devi Prime. Tired of the people comparing deluxes to a commander. Yes, and you gotta stop. Like, you gotta stop doing that, man. It's like we've had other ones where they've made that mistake and compared the wrong size classes or the wrong price points, whatever you want to call it, to the wrong thing. Why didn't you get to be and customize them? Because it'd be $40 and I had nothing to customize it into. It would have been a waste of $40. I didn't want it. That's the problem. The prices aren't, I'm just going to pick it up and I'll find something to do with it. That's $40 plus tax, man. Or sorry, $40 taxes in, man. Like, that's $40. No. If it was still $20, yeah, sure, 20. But I'm not doing it for 40. That guy has a straight up leader, one head. Need me a Megatronus Prime? Absolutely. Hope the flames aren't made of the blast effect rubbery plastic. I would assume that they are. I'd be shocked if they aren't, honestly. Did everyone get the Hero is Born set with Alpha Trion and Orion? I did. I couldn't wait for it. I was super happy to have a G1 Orion packs, and I love that Alpha Trion. How about the new Chia Studios Galvatron and Rodimus Prime head upgrades? Those look. I don't know what you're talking about. Haven't seen them. Haven't heard of them. So I think you answered a thing about CMD store. So no go. Not for me. I wouldn't. I don't respect the guy that done it. And if he built it on the backs of scalping exclusives and ordering up and soaking up all the pre-orders just so he could sell it on his site and thinks that he's a legitimate businessman, no, I don't trust him. That's the problem. I don't trust him. Wonderfest 2025. This is the exclusive. It's the garage kit for Rat Trap. I mean, you're not really going to do anything with it, but it's a clean looking little Rat Trap, right? They're neat for what they are. Right? They're cute. Let's get back into this real quick. Apparently, the wave that has Hatchet and Double Punch, I think it is out in the US. Make of that what you will. So we go down here. I like this Earthspark Optimus with his battle trailer. Funny enough, here in Canada, the episode where Hashtag and is it Robbie, I think, are like trying to kind of take care of his trailer and clean it up, and anyway, it gets stolen, all this stuff. That episode just aired here in Canada, and I'm really happy to see this. I think that that's neat. I like the battle trailer. I mean, it's tall, it's lanky, sure, but like, still, Optimus with his trailer still just feels right, even if it's a weird looking trailer. It's not my Optimus, it's not my trailer, but for anybody that loves Earthspark Optimus, how can you not get him with his trailer? I would have to get him with his trailer. Speaking of Earthspark, we're going to go back to those reveals in just a little bit. We'll backtrack to that one. The Ark, that restaurant is moving. So it's been in Hong Kong now for some time, but it is actually moving to, see if I can find it now, make sure I can find it now to tell you guys the right place, because I did write it down. It is moving to Shenzhen. I have no idea where that is. I'm assuming it's another district in China, or not China, Japan. Word is that the location may move around the world. Weird. I would think that they would franchise it more than anything else, but time will tell. But for now, they're saying goodbye to Hong Kong and going to Shenzhen next. If I'm saying that wrong, pronouncing it wrong, I absolutely apologize. TFCon, we have a couple of people going. First and foremost is Arif S. Kinchin, who was the voice of Jazz in RID 2015, but he's not the only guest who is going to be going to TFCon. We also have Doran Norris is also going to TFCon, which is cool. Sadly, Fan Expo in Canada was supposed to have both Frank Welker and Peter Cullen. Both of them have had to pull out of Fan Expo. So that's sad. That's really unfortunate. Transformers Eternal Wars mobile game. We've seen a lot of the CADs for characters here. The latest one that we see is Jazz. And again, I don't hate this. I do feel like the legs especially are pretty darn bulky. And it looks like, I guess his front tires, and I guess the doors are behind his arms. I'm not really sure how they are, but I'm looking at the hood and thinking to myself, man, I don't know how fans are going to feel about this, because that hood is absolutely Power of the Prime's Jazz. 150% Power of the Prime's Jazz hood right there. Absolutely. If you like it, then you should like Power of the Prime's Jazz, because I feel like that looks a lot like him. Going down here, we're going to go to the next one here. So again, I don't really know this thing. I'm going to try and say it again. This is the Monster Hunter Silver Rathalos Prime. We know that this was done earlier. A lot of people said that they didn't like it. It's a heavy remold of the Air Razor Pterosaur Kingdom mold. I don't know. Do you like it better in silver? You know, if you didn't like the original, which I thought looked cool, do you like it better in silver? I don't know. I don't know the game, honestly. I'm not connected to these characters in any way, so it doesn't really mean anything to me. Maybe it does to you. There you go, Darren Norris. For those who don't know who Darren Norris is here, probably his biggest claim to fame is going to be Transformers Prime, but let's not forget he was also in RID 2001, right? Some of these are up. So apparently all 29 of the character bios are up on the Sunbow Marvel Archive from the bios that Bob Budiansky did during, what was that, November 23rd, 24th, 22nd, 23rd, something like that, of 1983, because it premiered in 84, where he took all of the Diaclone stuff on Thanksgiving weekend and made up all of the bios and the names. Here we happen to have Megatron, Starscream, Optimus, I mean Bumblebee. I'm not going through all of them. Grimlock, I think. No, not Grimlock. Maybe Grimlock. I can't remember now, but like that's a few of them there. If you want to see all 29 of them, by all means, go and check the Sunbow Marvel Archive because that's where they are. Transformers 1 deleted scene. Not much to say or see other than Sentinel Prime. Looks like he's decapitating Alpha Trion. Dark. Remember that movie that was, that's only for kids. That's not any good. Yeah, it's really not for kids. Certainly not exclusively. It gets dark. This is the Nucleon Quest, I guess, Super Ginrai. And not for nothing, but I want to thank kind of Masterfire, who said that the dark version we had seen, I think it was Masterfire, said the dark version we had seen was in fact this version. I wondered if it might be a Nemesis Prime, but it's not. You can see here full-on Autobot symbols. This is not Nemesis Prime. This is Nucleon Quest Super Ginrai. I don't know what's with the whole Nucleon Quest thing now, but it's not a Nemesis Prime. It is Optimus with a black coat on, basically, right? I like it. I think it looks cool. Again, the price is, as far as I'm concerned, the price is prohibitive, but that's just me. I thought this was pretty neat. So this was, they thought, the Hasbro mascot of Barricade. And they said that was a weird one for Hasbro to choose for Nuremberg to be part of the like parade that happens. But that's not actually what this is. This is a Barricade that is a brand mascot, not for Hasbro, but for AJ Designs, a costume design company. So it was theirs. And the costume that they designed was this iteration of Barricade, which, not for nothing, is a great costume. Really cool looking costume amid many cool looking costumes. But I really feel like the Barricade stands out, looks really good. I don't know if it was licensed or not, or if they just did it, but interesting to note all the same. Shown off there. And again, I don't really need to show much of this. This is the, I think AMK, no, I think this is the BMK, a beginner line. Similar to the AMK with big chunky pieces that are kind of pre-painted and most of it is pre-assembled. But this is even simpler, again, for those that are absolute beginners. Somebody like me, if you watched my Blokies video, like I had no instructions come with my cliff jumper. And it's so funny in the comments. So many people talk like they know everything. So in the comments, I have a bunch of people saying, oh, yeah, no, as soon as you manipulate those joints for just a little bit, they get real loose. And then you got other people saying, no, the joints are perfect. They're fantastic, strong, robust. Look, I have Grimlock. I have Cliff. I'm not interested in any more of them. They're cute. I still think they're chibi. I find that the ones I have are solid once they're put together. I'm not a model kit guy. You saw my attempt at a build video. It was terrible. I'm just not a model kit guy. That's all. But these look fine, I guess. I mean, I got nothing against them. You know, yeah, they look fine. If you're into said model kits. Oh, Swapticons. Look at these things. We saw them in package last week, but boy, did they look terrible. You basically take one and make it the front and take the other and make it a butt, and then you jam them together. There's 5, so you can only use 4 at a time and got to have some dude standing off to the side. Here we have poor Scorponok standing off to the side. And like, I get that this is an alligator, but like, what the hell is this supposed to be? I don't even know what this is. Is it a gorilla train? I don't know what it is. I don't like these at all. I don't even find them cute. I don't like this. That's my take on that. I don't like those. I saw this Galvatron in person. Still think he looks a little too blue for me. But somebody bought him, and I'm glad that they got him. You know, if it's not for me, then I shouldn't pick it up and deprive somebody else who does want this Galvatron. And I think this might be the last. Yeah, this is the last page. We have Hot Wheels Brothers would love this. We have the Ultra Magnus from the Hot Wheels line. It is out in stores in the US now if you're looking forward to accompany your Optimus Prime. Speaking of Optimus Prime, we have a crossover here with a I think it's a Chinese clothing company, like a high-end clothing company called Supreme. It is a G1 Optimus that comes with a red roller and, a red ion blaster and red fists, and it looks like the little missile things are green. He is obviously very red. Here's a bigger picture, very red, very, very red. And like I don't know if you're into collecting G1 Optimi, maybe you got to get this one. I got a feeling his whole body's red though. Look at those legs; they're definitely red as well. I guess he's red and white. I guess I would imagine. Make it that what you will. Scott McNeil is going to be going to TFNation 2025. So we talked about Darren and we talked about who was the other guy? I gotta find the names there. Darren and Arif going to TFCon LA, going to TFNation, the legendary Scott McNeil. I mean, Dinobot. Need I say more? And I'm not going to show the YOLO Park stuff. It's just the same. And I found reading his post tedious. I've never seen somebody who was fake excited for something so much in all my life. And for the love of God, stop begging people to go out and buy Transformers. It's pathetic. Just make good products make good products at a competitive price and the people will buy it. It's really as simple as that. The problem is you're overcharging too much for this stuff. But like Wasp looks great. I love the bright green. Love it. Absolutely, positively love it. Can't wait to get them. Weirdly, there's a line of Revenge of the Fallen stickers and themes for, I think it's like some mobile company or something. Like, I think that these are like for your phone. And the last two things that I kind of wanted to touch on here, and I'll talk about it more in a moment, is this guy's Bone Crusher, who we already saw, but like, there is Bone Crusher and Bone Crusher. I mean, yeah, I guess this guy's okay, and he's a deluxe. I get it. So you're comparing a deluxe to a Voyager here. I get that the hips on the Voyager are no good. I don't think he has a waist, but I don't know if the deluxe has a waist. I don't know. Which one do you prefer? I prefer the Voyager, but that's just me. When it comes to the tractor, I see like there's nowhere for anybody to sit. I just find it odd. Especially when the Combiner Wars one does at least have a closed-in cabin where somebody conceivably could sit. I don't know. I think that they're both fine for a bulldozer. I got no issue there. And now I'm not going to go into Soundwave and hashtag there. Instead, I'm going to go back to that first page. And I'm doing this for a very specific reason. And then I'm going to check in with you guys. Actually, then we'll do trivia check in with you guys. So, first things first. This looks really cool. I love the look of this Soundwave. Man, does this take me back to the Soundwave that was released. I want to say it was one of the Unicron trilogy ones, maybe. And the black one became Logos Prime. This reminds me a lot of that Soundwave. I just don't remember what line it was in. He turns into a stealth bomber, which I think is fine. Again, stealth communication under the radar, so to speak. I think it matches Soundwave. I'm okay with that. I love him as a cassette player, but like, let's be realistic. It never made sense 40 years ago. A vehicle made much more sense. Same with Megatron. Like, being a pistol never, ever made sense. Being a tank or a plane, it just makes sense. I'm not saying that you don't want him to be the G1 alt mode. We all do. I'm just saying that logically speaking, this makes better sense. Then we get to hashtag. And I am somebody who got the Takara hashtag. And people have asked me, hey, GotBot, do you regret getting the Takara? No. I love this new hashtag. I really do. Even though the section on her lower chest should not be blue, it should still be purple. But if you watch my review of the Takara hashtag, I make a couple of gripes. I say that the purple of Hasbro I think is better, which I do believe. I say that the little bit of blue on her upper forehead is missing, which it is, but they have it here. The gold on the rims of the tires was missing. They have it here. And I said, the tires really should fold into the leg. They've accomplished that here. And I said, these feet are completely inaccurate. They're supposed to be just flat, normal feet. And they did that here, but they're missing a white paint app. I think this is better. If I see this, will I upgrade from the Takara? Quite possibly will upgrade from the Takara. But I'm glad I have the Takara because being the end of the series and the end of a wave, there's no guarantee at all that these are going to show up in my neck of the woods. This is not an adaptation, very much anyway, of the Takara mold or the Warrior mold. It is a new mold. And when you look at the truck, the bed of the truck is far more like the bed of a truck instead of obvious legs there. And the roof, instead of having a line down through it as two parts put together, and the hood, instead of having a line on it as two parts put together, this time, the hood and the roof are obviously one part. I'm very excited for this hashtag, I must say. And I'm going to close that. Okay, let me check in with you guys, and then we'll check on the news, do the trivia. Actually, let's do the trivia now. That way I can just check in with you guys, and I'll know I'm caught up when I'm caught up. The trivia tonight, my friends. I think that this is probably an easy one. We'll see. What? Where is it? How many robot mode character model variants? How many robot mode character model variants does G1 Astrotrain have? In other words, how many different versions of his character model exist in G1? Is it A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 4? How many character models does Astrotrain appear in across the cartoon? Let's see. I'm gonna have to go up here a bit for sure. Let's see. I skipped in the Origins packs. So I think you're okay. Yeah, about that. Yeah, about here is where we are. Wonder if Black Arachnia and Rat Trap seen Charlotte's Web. Doubt it. So which third-party combiners do you guys think are the best? I really want a good G1. I don't know. I'm not the guy to ask for that because most of them are MP scaled, and I don't have any interest in MP. So I really don't know. But look at the community. See what they say. Why didn't they do this set from the start instead of the Cyberverse repaint? I don't know. I have no idea. I would like that trailer upgrade for what? For Earthrise. I think you mean Earthspark, buddy. Are you going to get the non-F upgrade legacy? No. Largely because I can't. They only ship to Canada with minimum orders, and one upgrade kit's not going to do it. So no, I'm not, unfortunately. I wonder if it will be in Shanghai. No, not Shanghai. Shanghai would be China. I have unique toys. Orden, yes, he's small, but he fits with War for Cybertron well. Got unique toys. Bruticus. I have JB Devastator and Predaking. See, my Predaking is unique toys. Hey, Star Queen. Wonder if Hasbro will ever allow franchise of the Ark here. I watch YouTube videos of it. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to try it. I'd like to see what the food tastes like and stuff. Peter Cullen pulled out. He keeps canceling. Hope he's okay. That's a really bulky Jazz. I agree. Just waiting on my Megatronus pre-order to hit. Oh, yeah. Well, they're not due here till May. Darren is also Gordy from Ned's Declassified Middle School Survival Guide. Wow, that's a long title. I don't know what that show is, but Peter's in his 80s, so we can give him a break. Yeah, absolutely. Transformers mobile games. Don't you what? Don't you believe it? No. Reveal the Shield Jazz is always my top pick for Jazz. Mine too. Speaking of Jazz, how have we not gotten a Ricochet from 86? Hey, input. Power of the Prime Jazz is best Jazz. Honestly, I like Power of the Primes. That's my Ricochet. I like the Silver Rathleros or whatever his name is better. I would love a new Ricochet or the other repainted Jazz, says Star Queen. Sent you the links. I don't know what you sent me the links for, Sovereign. The bios were a neat read. There was also Red Alert in Transformers Armada game. I didn't know that. Interesting. Nucleon Quest looks really slick. I agree. I should look up. I don't even know what that is. No. Optimus Prime. Isn't that MP Ginrai the same size as 86 Prime? No. The cab is the same size, but the combined super mode is much bigger. But the cab, if you mean the cab, then yes. Happy to see Barricade in the spotlight. Barricade is hands down my favorite Bayverse original character. I think if nothing else, he took the name Barricade from being a Micromaster into the forefront of being a star and being a full-fledged Transformer. And we all know him now as a police car, even though he started out as a race car and a pretty cruel leader of his quartet of Decepticons. My main collection is season 1 to 4, including Japanese Headmasters. Been thinking about going further down the Japan route. I have a pretty extensive collection of that now. Like, I'm very happy to have all of the Victory Decepticons. I feel very rewarded having that. Some of them are custom. Some of them I'd like to have upgraded. Looking at you, Lyle Kaiser. Micromaster combiners are way better. I don't know about that. I can't say I agree with that. Those are hideous. It's Thanosatron. I'm proud to have a Haslab Victory Saber and Death Source in my collection. Yeah, I mean, when else are we going to get a Star Saber or a Death Source for that matter? Blurple, yeah. I finally got Hot Wheels Bumblebee at Dollar General. Once you got 86 Galvy in your hands, you'll see what I mean. I don't know what you're talking about. I missed something there. Sovereign. Oh, don't miss the Kingdom one. Oh, no, I would. I saw the 86 and I don't. It wasn't for me. It looks wrong to me, honestly. It looks very wrong to me. But again, we've already talked that to death. I consider the Wolf Cybertron design of Galvatron to be top tier. Kingdom is okay, but the colors freaking sold me on the 86. See, the colors turned me off the 86. That's not the way he looked in the cartoon, not on my TV. I ordered a Galvatron jewelry ad. Oh, yeah, that's going to happen. I have Kingdom Galvatron, Legacy Galvatron 86. Why? Why do you have, I mean, it's a great mold, but why do you have 3 of them? I'm always amazed when people do that. Got to get animated Constructicons and Yorktron. Yeah, you're going in some deep dives there in animated. Let's see if the animated stuff that they put out sells first, because I got news for you. The animated Motor Masters are just sitting on the shelf, buddy. Let's see. As we go down here, CW seems like a better size. I'm buying 86 Devi to review him. And if I don't like him, I'm just going to sell it in a couple of years. Don't ever buy something to review it. That is a dangerous habit to get into, buddy. Either get it because you like it. That's what I would say. That's a dangerous and expensive habit to get into. Cybertron Soundwave. Thank you. That's what it was. Cybertron Soundwave. Thank you, Master Fire. there aren't enough stealth bombers and transformers. I agree. Soundwave is a cassette recorder. I mean, whatever. Ghetto blaster, radio, cassette recorder. Does it really make any difference? Hey, Daryl. I really want that hashtag. You and me both. Those upper arms are a bit weird, though. I will come out and say this. I loved Legacy Menosaur. Oh, I didn't. I hated it. Can't stand it. It's not even a combiner. Then I got the DNA kit and made my Menosaur a standout. Now, I have the DNA kit. It was given to me. Have not installed it yet. I'm hoping it'll change my view, but I did 2 or 3 small fixes on my Combiner Wars Menosaur Motor Master, and that Menosaur is actually a combiner. Like this, it's just Motor Master putting on clothes. Just like this is just Silverbolt putting on clothes. They're not even combiners. I don't know. To each their own. If you like it, cool. It's not for me. My Netflix Nemesis Prime yellow too. That's sad. Mine hasn't. I keep checking it, and mine hasn't yellowed. I think that happens when you get what? When you really enjoy a mold. What? I have Big Convoy. Oh, I love Big Convoy. Love Big Convoy. Love Big Convoy. Okay. Look, at the very end of the day, my friends, this is my Bone Crusher. And while the new one I think is fine, I have nothing against the new one at all. I mean, this was a Voyager. It's bigger. And honestly, I just don't understand how I can spend $40 on a smaller Bone Crusher. It doesn't compute to me. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the 86. In fact, if you don't have this, get that. If I didn't have this, I 100% would. But to me, I just don't see the need to, I guess, dive in on it. I'd love to review it, and I don't think it's bad. I'm not against it. I just don't think it's for me. And then we got hashtag here. Love this hashtag. Still not sure about this color, but love this hashtag. Like I said, the gripes that I talk about in the review really are addressed with the Hasbro Deluxe. And really, when you look at the robot mode, the Hasbro is exactly like this from the knees up. The difference is in the legs. However, when we go to truck mode, you would see that indeed the hood and whatnot is all one piece. And the roof, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but like regardless of the flat piece in the center, the roof is made up of 2 separate parts that are like put together. I don't think that's going to be the case with the new one. It looks like one solid piece. You guys did not give any answers, or if you did, I missed it for the trivia. The answer to the trivia about how many versions there were of Astro Train's robot mode body, C3. And those 3 were one with a gray helmet and gray body, and just the purple on his wings. The purple helmet and gray body, again, the purple on his wings. Both of those were the ACOM design. When Toei did the animation, we got the purple helmet and the gray on the top of the wing, with the wing being pretty much all purple. So that's the difference. When you see the full purple wing, that's Toei. If you see either the gray wings with the purple on it with the gray helmet, or the purple helmet, whichever one it is, those are the ACOM episodes. Who knew? And with that, my friends, we're closing in on 50 minutes. I don't have an unboxing tonight. We also didn't cut off. Yay! I love each and every one of you. Thank you for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. And of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos. Oh, wrong one. Love you guys.